All right, we are here at the HETMA booth at ISE 2025, and I have a friend from Logitech. Welcome. Can you introduce yourself and let us know a little bit more about Logitech?
Sure. My name is Gaurav Purdue. I'm responsible for product management within our verticals business, specifically looking at education right now. And we're excited to be focused on higher ed as well as K-12 solutions. In higher ed in particular, we are looking at the entire gamut of student experiences, administrator experiences, but most importantly, classroom experiences for teachers, faculty, as well as for learners.
Okay, great. Can you tell me what you want technology managers to know about the products?
Great. So from our perspective, our products are simple to use, simple to deploy, and ultimately really easy for folks to get used to regardless of whether they're acquainted with the technology or not. In particular, again, folks may know us for our keyboards and mice, but we've got a rich history over the last 40 plus years of developing video, audio, and input solutions that scale across the different spaces that you're in, whether it's your desk, it's your meeting room, and now really excitingly in more and more classroom spaces.
What are some of the things that you're showcasing here at ISE?
So we just announced our latest innovation specifically targeted at high flex learning environments, really geared towards higher ed. It's called Logitech Rally Camera Streamline Kit, which is our high flex camera system, which is designed to go into classrooms of various sizes. It allows you to have a single cable experience with category cable to have a camera mounted wherever you need it to ultimately do lecture capture. But then the magic that we've done, which again is very, very straightforward, is for lecture control. Instead of being dependent on room control systems, we're deploying wireless contextual buttons so that a lecturer can just come in regardless of what space they're in, hit a button and have the pre-TZ camera preset point towards them with this real goal of allowing them to stay in the flow while teaching. So we're really showcasing that, and we're proud to be sort of partnered with ISE and having a full connected classroom experience. Here we're super excited about that, and we're showcasing that as well.
I love that. And I'm sure our listeners at home, when they heard high flex, they went whoop, because that's a big topic in higher ed right now.
Absolutely.
Could you unpack a little bit more how that product is making like a really strong high flex environment?
Yeah, so one of the things we kept hearing from AV teams and sort of technology teams within universities was that they enjoyed our products within the meeting room context. And Rally Camera is our flagship PTZ camera that's been around for the last many years. And they love Logitech's ability to have simplified management and simplified experiences. But they were like, hey, when are you going to move into sort of more classroom size spaces? And so for us, we wanted to take that and yet keep the simplicity of that experience. So what it is it's basically a USB camera solution. But the advantage is that you can now power it as well as have data to the camera over a single category cable. So you can place it wherever you want in the classroom, inverted or wall mounted, but then bring it back to a room compute, right? And so that allows universities to have the compute in the room be able to then go to your lecture recording software or room systems. And really, one of the magical experiences we've seen with things like Teams or Zoom, which are partners of ours, is universities being able to deploy this sort of camera experience there. Students are now able to take lessons in the class knowing that the content is going to be video captured. It's going to be transcribed, translated, so they're not taking notes in the same way as maybe we did. They're able to focus on the lecturer, focus on the engagement, and now the lecturer can stay focused on the content that they're teaching, knowing that ultimately it's going to get recorded, ultimately it's going to be captured, and even kids with accessibility needs of language learning, they can have translations right? So it's changing the dynamic of what video capture looks like, and what video-enabled knowledge sharing can be.
Yes, absolutely. I was going to say that's great for accessibility, and even I remember being a student and trying to struggle to keep up. So I love this so much, and we've talked a lot about how this benefits technology managers. We touch on students. Do you have any feedback from faculty?
Absolutely. So we've just started rolling out some of our early sort of product, variants of the product, and we just had a department test it for us, and they timed themselves. And I believe they said that they were able to get the whole thing set up within 30 minutes.
Wow.
Right? And for me, again, my goal is to make sure that ultimately our product gets out of the way. Last year we came out with another innovation called Logitech Reach, which was a document camera replacement, a more content camera. And again, the goal was, I want you to forget about our product, and I want you to stay in the focus of flow of teaching. And same thing with that product. The faculty have been coming back and saying, yeah, initially they're like, oh, this is just are you doing a document camera variant? And we're like, sure, you could use it for documents, but what happens if you want to show, we had folks come and say, I want to show a skull. And I'm like, wait, terrifying, but please continue. And they're like, oh, sorry, medical school, we want to teach biology, and try, doing that one-to-one is fine, but when I need to teach a class of 25 students. And then we had another department come up and say, hey, we're teaching history, and I'm like, please be Indiana Jones, please be Indiana Jones. Looking at artifacts, and they're like, no, but faculty, I'm like, yes, please continue. So for me, it's really novel and exciting to have faculty, technology managers come up and say, this is what we need, and our hope at Logitech is that we can really build it ground up with your insights, with the insights of the faculty to do it right.
Absolutely love that. And that's what HETMA is all about, just connecting everyone and getting all of that feedback. All right, how can people contact you while they're here at the show?
Great. So first and foremost, you can go to logitech.com/education, where you can find out all about our solutions. And then here we've got our main Logitech booth, which is in hall number 2, I believe. And so we've got a huge presence where we're showcasing our full suite of products for enterprise as well as for work, which is perfect for administrators as well. And then right down that hall, we've got the connected classroom as part of ISE's showcase, where we're also showcasing specifically our education solutions. So we've got two presences here. We'd love to have folks over and talk to them about it.
All right, great. So everybody make sure you go and scope that out. And one more time for the people at home who couldn't make it to the show, how can they find your products?
Yep, logitech.com/education.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Of course.